A very warm welcome to all my dear students to my YouTube channel Sudharma's Physics Classroom. I'm Sudharma. Today I'm going to start with CBSE grade 10 chapters. So the first chapter is going to be electricity. So I'll be handling the classes in a systematic way, and I hope it will be really helpful for all those students attend these classes regularly. So I will be explaining the concepts in a simple way, and I help you to solve the numericals and learn more about the concepts. So let's start with this chapter, electricity. So before learning the elements of electricity and the details about electricity, think about this form of energy, right? So this is a very user-friendly form of energy where we can convert electrical energy into different other forms. Can you imagine a world without electricity? Now you are able to access YouTube because you have electricity connection at your home, and you are able to access mobile because your mobile is charged with electric current, right? If you don't have electricity connection at your house, you won't be able to access any of these things. Am I right? So this form of energy, this is one of the most important part of our day-to-day life nowadays, right? So let's learn more about this user-friendly form of energy. Before learning the terms related with electric current, let's learn about charges. Okay, so charges, what is charge and how it is related with electricity? That is our first topic. So charge is a physical quantity and it is represented by the letter Q. Whenever you listen to this word charge, I know two things will be coming into your mind. That will be positive and negative. Am I right? Positive and negative. Whenever someone asks you, give me a material which is having positive charge, I am sure you're going to say that it is proton, right? Proton. Proton has positive charge and electron has negative charge, right? So these are the basic things which comes to your mind whenever you hear these words positive and negative charges. Another thing I'm sure which comes to your mind will be like charges will repel each other and unlike charges will attract each other. Opposite charges, unlike charges means opposite charges. That means positive and negative charge will attract, and negative, that means they are similar charges. They will repel each other. And positive, that again it's like charges, similar charges that will repel each other. These are the basic properties of charge. Okay, so let's proceed and learn about the unit of electric charge. Any physical quantity will have some unit, right? So charge is represented by Q and its unit is Coulomb. Coulomb. So this is a very important thing you have to learn. The unit of electric charge is Coulomb and it is represented by the letter C. Okay. And now let me come back to a question. Whenever we say that the charge of an electron is negative, have you ever thought what would be the value of this charge, right? Negative, it is a sign, right? It just represents a symbol. It's positive or negative, right? The polarity, like magnetic poles, right? North pole and south pole. Similarly, we can say that the charge is positive or negative. We are just representing it in that way, right? But definitely, this physical quantity has a value. The charge of an electron is represented by the letter E, and that value is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 Coulomb. Once again, the charge of electron is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 Coulomb. So, of course, it is negative value minus 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 Coulomb. I have only taken the magnitude of it. And we know that proton has equal and opposite charge of an electron, right? So that means proton will have a charge of plus 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 Coulomb. This value we are supposed to learn. There are many constant values in physics. We have to learn it. Okay. So sometimes they will provide that in the question. If they are not providing, we are supposed to know that, okay, understand that fact. So learn this value. Charge of an electron is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. This would be helpful for you in your chemistry classes also. Okay, now we know that every material is made of electrons, right? Basic building blocks of any material, we can say that it is electrons. So if Q is the total charge of a material and if it has n number of electrons, then Q equals n times E. Q equals Ne. This is the first equation of grade 10 we are going to learn now. Q equals Ne, where Q is the total charge, N is the number of electrons, and E is the charge of the electron. Okay. So now let's see how do we apply this formula if you get a question. So coming to the first question of our NCERT textbook, calculate the number of electrons constituting 1 coulomb of charge. So let me explain you what is a way of solving a numerical, right? So basically we have to get the values from the question first. Then we decide which equation we have to use and which equation we're going to apply it, right? Calculate the number of electrons constituting 1 coulomb of charge. So let's write down what is given in the question. So they have given Q equals 1 coulomb, right? And what is to be calculated? N is to be calculated. As I said, they have not provided the value of charge of electron. So we know the value, right? So E equals 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. So you will be wondering, I have used small letter q in this case, right? It's okay if you can use capital letter Q and small letter q. Both denotes electric charge. Okay. So now we know the formula. We have Q equals Ne. So what is to be calculated? N. So from this formula, I can write an equation for N. N is equal to Q divided by E. Q is 1 and E is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. So you're going to get the value as 6.25 into 10 power 18. So this is the number of electrons. So there is no unit for that. Okay. So you can try how many electrons are required to make 2 coulomb of charge or say 10 coulomb of charge. Take it as a homework and try and put the answers in the comment box. Okay. So practice with different amount of charge and find out how many electrons are required to make that many coulombs of charge. Okay. So this is the simple method to calculate it. Now, let's move on to electric potential and potential difference. This is another term, another important parameter related with electricity, electric potential and potential difference. So let's learn in detail about that. So electric potential, let's see, there are two terms, electric potential and potential difference. Okay. So let me take a charge Q. Surrounding this charge, there will be an electric field. Okay. So you will be feeling it difficult to imagine an electric field. But if I tell you about a magnetic field, okay, some of you will be able to understand what is a magnetic field, right? So nearby a magnet, there will be some region where the magnetic force is experienced, right? That is called as a magnetic field. Similarly, just understand nearby a charge, there is electric field. So I'm going to bring unit positive charge from infinity to a point in the electric field. I'm going to bring unit positive charge from infinity to a point. From where? From infinity. Infinity means what? Very large distance, right? With respect to this object. Okay. So I'm going to bring unit positive charge from infinity to a point in an electric field. During this process, I will have to do some amount of work. Okay, I'm going to do some amount of work to bring this unit positive charge from infinity to that point in the electric field. So this is called as electric potential at that point. So electric potential at a point is defined as the amount of work done to bring unit positive charge from infinity to a point in the electric field. So electric potential is represented by the letter V. Okay, V equals W divided by Q. This is the formula. So this is the next formula we are going to learn. Already we have learned one formula, Q equals NE. Now we have another formula, V equals W by Q. Okay. Now, what is this potential difference? So initially I told that I'm going to bring unit positive charge from infinity to a point in the electric field. Coming to the practical situation where we have 2 points in the circuit, say let's call it as A and B. So these 2 points A and B will have its own electric potentials. That means if I bring unit positive charge from infinity to A, then it will be having electric potential at V, right? VA, and another electric potential at VB. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring unit positive charge from A to B. That means plus 1 coulomb of charge I'm going to bring from A to B. So during that process, how much work I'm going to do, okay, that is given as the potential difference between 2 points A and B. Okay, so understand the difference between electric potential and potential difference. Electric potential difference means the difference in electric potential between 2 points or the amount of work done to bring unit positive charge from one point to another in the circuit. So we have the formula V equals W by Q that works here also. And both electric potential and potential difference are denoted by the letter V. And the unit of electric potential is volt. Maybe this term is familiar for you, right? Voltage. Okay. So it's coming from this volt. Okay. So volt, SI unit of electric potential and electric potential difference is volt. So now how do we define 1 volt? 1 volt is equal to 1 joule divided by 1 coulomb because we have V equals W by Q. W is expressed in joules because the unit of work done is joule that you have already studied in grade 9, and already we have learned what is the unit of charge. Unit of charge is coulomb. So joules per coulomb, right? You may get a question for 1 mark. Which physical quantity is represented by joule coulomb raised to -1? These types of questions may appear as a 1 mark question or it can appear in MCQ questions. Which physical quantity is represented by joule coulomb raised to -1? So we have to understand if you write raised to -1, that means it is divided by, right? Joule divided by coulomb, joules per coulomb. That means it is volt. Okay. So if you do 1 joule of work to bring 1 coulomb of charge from A to B, then the potential difference between those 2 points is 1 volt. Hope you understood that. Now, how do we measure this potential difference in a circuit, right? That can be done using a voltmeter. Voltmeter is the device to measure the potential difference between 2 points in an electric circuit. And another important thing, this voltmeter has to be connected in parallel. Okay, this voltmeter has to be connected in parallel in an electric circuit. So no need to worry about how this parallel connection looks like. We have a detailed study coming in the same chapter about series and parallel connection. So hope you understood what is explained today. So we learned about electric charge. Then we learned the formula Q equals NE. And we learned the value for charge of an electron. Then the definition of electric potential and potential difference and how to measure the potential difference, right? So next class I will be explaining about electric current, Ohm's law, more concepts in electricity chapter. So if you have any doubt, you can type in the comment box and I'll keep a separate session for doubt clearing. And to get more classes, you can subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon so that you get notifications when I upload the new classes. Hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more classes. Bye.